Hey Veggie Mamas, April here. I've decided to take a little break from the kitchen meals today and the cooking to tell you that I'm going to basically get back on the raw vegan bandwagon for a little bit, based off of the 80-10-10 book. Also, you probably know about, or maybe you don't know about, Freely the Banana Girl, who also follows the 80-10-10 lifestyle. I'm just going to do a 15-day challenge. So if you want to join me on that, that's great. I'm going to do, following it to a T. I don't think that's going to happen for me 100% just because I'm a mom and I can't always, things, sometimes I'm on the go or I have to make meals like I've said in some of my previous videos for family. And so it doesn't always work out quite the way I planned it in my head, no matter how much I am disciplined to do it. Also, the bulk of getting all the fruit and veggies that I need to follow this plan to the T is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But the truth is, I don't really want to follow the plan all the way to exactly as it's laid out or exactly as other people do it, because I'm me and I have a different life. And so I want to do it a little bit different, with the same rudimentary basic ideas behind it, applied. So I just want to basically eat as much as I want of raw fruits and veggies, and then, in low sodium, high carb, as much as I want in a day, and then just leave out, like I don't want to do it till I just feel totally stuffed and sick. I don't know if that's even good. I question whether it's good. But I'm going to try it just to the degree of where I feel satisfied. I'm not going to do like 30 bananas a day just so I can feel like, yeah, I'm on this raw vegan lifestyle and I'm going to just whip out 30 bananas a day no matter how I feel. It just feels slightly bingey to me. And when I have tried it, like I tried it a couple weeks back, just doing a lot of bananas a day, and it made me sick. I didn't feel right. I felt weighed down, and I felt like it was really hard for me to. I felt full, and I felt satiated, but I felt like this is too full. Like I want to be able to kind of appreciate food a little bit. And it just felt like there was nothing to look forward to. The whole point of kind of going, doing this is to like have a good relationship with food and not to obsess about it and not to obsess about carbs or calories. It's supposed to be abundant, but I also think in that it's supposed to be like, natural. Like you're not pushing yourself to have 30 bananas or 10 bananas a day just so you can fall into some ratio or something like that of bananas that you need to make a day or amounts of fruit that you need to have in a day. So on that note, I'm not going to ramble on and on because I have a tendency to just ramble. But to make a long story short, today would be my first day on the raw vegan challenge. So 15-day challenge is what I'm calling it, based off of the 80-10-10 book. And everybody in the raw world knows what I'm talking about, even the vegan cooked food world. So that's when I'm starting today. And so far I've had about 6 bananas maybe and a smoothie. And then the first smoothie I had raspberries. I got kind of a late start because I had to take my son to his first day of preschool today. So it kind of got in the way. And plus my bananas weren't ripe, 100% ripe. So I had to kind of wait until they ripened. And I actually had to run back to the store and get some more bananas just that were riper, because I've heard that, the riper bananas are better as far as digestion and, they just run through you better overall. So I had to go back to the store and get ripened bananas. And so I went ahead and had my first smoothie, which was, like I said, like about 4 bananas with some raspberries. I only had a few raspberries, so I just threw a few raspberries in there. And then the second one was just pure 100% banana. It was about 3 or 4 bananas. Like I said, I'm not keeping count of how many pieces of fruit I have per day. I'm just doing what feels right. And I did slightly overdo it. I still felt too full even with about 6 or 7 bananas in me. And right now, I'm on this sort of the second half of my day. Again, it's really hard to squeeze in these kind of mono meals, all fruit, all day kind of thing. But right now, I'm working on my watermelon, baby. And I've got about that much going right now, but I'm getting really close to it being like after 4. So the day kind of got away on me today, even though I got up at 7. Just a lot going on. So I'm going to finish, kind of finish this off, not 100%, but, and then, have my high carb, low sodium cooked meal for dinner tonight. And then we'll see how I feel. So that'll be my day 1. So basically 2 smoothies, fruit smoothies, some watermelon, and then a high carb, low sodium meal for dinner. And it's going to be, I believe, I'm thinking about doing, it's pretty simple, just baked sweet potato, well, not sweet potato, but yam, and just regular potatoes kind of mixed in. I tend to broil, too, just on a cooking note, I tend to broil my potatoes and sweet potatoes because you know what? It goes a lot faster than baking them. You just kind of have to keep an eye on them more because they do cook really fast. And but I don't recommend it for pizzas or anything like that. It doesn't work. So don't use it for pizza. But as far as potatoes and yams, definitely broil if you're in a hurry because potatoes take like an hour if you don't do that. Excuse me. So I'm kind of trying to talk quiet too because my son fell asleep and he's here in the living room sleeping and I do not want to wake him. So, because this is my only chance to do this video. So basically, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, and I'm going to do a side salad too. Probably, just your standard leafy green salad. I use Green Girl all the time. I'm a big fan of Green Girl. And then, just some cherry tomatoes, some fresh organic avocado. I know avocado is kind of high in fat, but I gotta have my avocados. So I throw in a lot of avocado. Dressings, there's all kinds of exotic raw vegan dressings you can make. FullyRawChristina.com, or even on her channel is Fully Raw. And I'm not a hater. I give it up to everybody. If you know something that I don't know, good. More power to you. I'm going to send people over to you, and then, we can all share the love. But anyway, they're like really skilled at this raw, world. And so she makes some awesome vegan raw dressings that are just, I can tell they look really good and they're really healthy. And they're low sodium. That's really hard to find in the stores. When I'm going shopping, what I typically buy is Amy's Goddess low sodium dressing. It's really good, and it's 100% low sodium, and it's vegan. So that's what I use when I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to make some exotic dressing. I used to think that olive oil was like, good, but it really, if you want to, it's just good to cut back on olive oil. It has a lot of fat in it, and it definitely does not go with the raw, high carb, low sodium vegan diet. So, or the 80-10-10. So if you're trying to kind of do what I'm doing, like a challenge, or just, intake more raw foods, I would suggest if you're going to just do raw meals, even to try to make ones, if you have a dehydrator, or if you have a Vitamax, just to try to make them as low sodium as possible and as high carb as possible. So those are the big keys. And so that's kind of what the lines I'm going to follow are: just keep it low sodium, keep it low fat, keep it high carb, all that good stuff, and worry about the rest later, because your intake can always come over time if that's what you're into. Or, if you just want to just be raw but not stress out about how much you're not so much caught up in the weight thing of it, and you're more caught up in the, like, I just want to be healthy. And then if the weight comes off, awesome. And usually if you're adapting more of a healthy lifestyle, the weight is just going to naturally kind of come off. You do have to work on it a little bit. You do work out. You do have to, and I'm going to have some future videos on like what I do for fitness and, you know, what my daily routine is. But you do have to implement those things because it's all connected. You know, fitness, diet, state of mind, wellness, how you feel about yourself. Trust me, I know it's all connected. I've been dealing with weight issues my entire life. When I was young, I was this very skinny and wired kid. I didn't have any weight problems. Then my parents went through a divorce, and you know, I was an only child, and we were alone, and my mom was a single parent. And, you know, when I was in high school, I started getting into the whole binge eating thing. You know, I'd just go home and I would sit down and I would eat tons and tons of sweets and cookies and Oreos and all this stuff. And I gained weight over time. And by my freshman year, I was like 165 pounds, 170 pounds, you know. But over the years, in my 20s, I tried all the crash diets. And, you know, I can just go on and on about all this. And a lot of it's in my blog, too. So, like, when you go to my website, you'll read about some of this stuff. But, you know, I finally found a place where I'm comfortable and I don't trip if my weight fluctuates a little bit from day to day or from year to year, month to month or whatever, because that's life. You know, life isn't perfect. And I think I've said that in my other video. It's just, you know, it is what it is, and you got to take it as it comes. But as long as you have a game plan in your head and you know, this is what's always worked for me. You know what you're supposed to eat, and you know how to eat it, and you're trying, and you're out there getting resources, and you're self-educating yourself, and just like I've done, and you're working out, taking care of your body, not putting any poisons like caffeine or alcohol, which caffeine was a big one for me. That's a whole nother video. It took me a long time to get off caffeine. But, you know, once you're not putting any poisons in your body, you're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. And that's all that matters, because the weight will come off if you're doing all those things. And like I said, weight fluctuates. So don't get discouraged. You know, right now I'm not at my ideal. I'm about 123 pounds. You know, on camera I look about a little bit heavier in my opinion. But I'm very hard on myself too about this stuff, because it has been such a challenge my whole life, you know. But you know, don't be hard on yourself. Just roll with the punches and never give up, never quit. Just keep going for what you want, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that good stuff. So basically, my goal is to be about, you know, I want to lose like 4 or 5 pounds. It's not a big thing. So, you know, you kind of, when you're a mom, you nibble on a little bit of your kid's food. You know, you don't take things quite as seriously. You know, you kind of lighten up a little bit, and not kind of like, it's part of being a mother, you know. So I'm doing my thing. So anyway, I'm on this 15-day, and I want you guys to check back to the next video and see where I am for day 2. I don't know how soon I can get the video in. These are always like, it's always like a challenge for me to get a video. So, but my goal is to do Monday through Friday videos, and then take, you know, no videos on the weekends. So check me out, fitvegiemama.com. I'm going to go finish my watermelon, and have a good one. We'll see you next time.